In this video, I'll address the question if you really need to solve hundreds of SQL questions to clear your next SQL interview. In the last few weeks, I have solved a lot of SQL questions available on the platform like DataLemur and Stratascratch. After solving so many questions, I could clearly see some SQL patterns coming out of those different queries. Also, I know many candidates, they feel they knew the answer to SQL questions, but at that moment in the interview, it did not come into their mind. So I asked myself a question if there is a better way to approach and solve SQL queries. Hi everyone, my name is Nitin Srivastav and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll share 9 SQL patterns I have observed after solving hundreds of SQL queries in the last few weeks. Additionally, this also includes my 14 plus years of professional experience as data analytics consultant. I wish to share a disclaimer at the start. I'm not saying that you should not practice SQL queries. Intent of this video is to give you an alternative way to approach any SQL problem. If this helps you in handling SQL queries in a more systematic way, I will feel that I am successful in conveying my message. Let me share the 9 SQL patterns I have observed that can help anyone in solving SQL queries. I observed that any SQL query which I was solving was using one or more of these SQL patterns. I have also listed down subcategories of each pattern which were observed very frequently. The 9 SQL patterns are where, order by, limit, join, group by, having, aggregate functions, window functions, and some other common patterns. We'll look into each of these patterns with few examples to help you understand more about it. Let's begin with the first pattern, which is where. Where condition is used to filter incoming rows in the SQL. Some of the common sub patterns I observed in where condition are: say you have to compare one or more column values to a hard-coded value, like in the first example here, you can see status equal to completed. So we have a hard-coded value which you are comparing to a column value which is status. Similarly, you can have in or not in condition for one or more columns in the where clause. So refer to the second example for easy reference, where we are comparing an activity type column to multiple values given in the in statement. Third sub pattern is you check the value of a column to be null or not null. Please do not use equal to with null values. Null is always compared using is null or is not null. So in the third example, you can see finish date is null. The fourth sub pattern is where clause with a subquery. You have to compare a column value with the output of a scalar subquery that returns one row only. So in the fourth example, you can see where I'm comparing an order occurrences equal to max order occurrences from the table. So there is a subquery which is returning one row, one column, and I'm comparing that with my existing column in the table. The fifth sub pattern is you may have to use exist or not exist in the where condition as well. So you can refer to the fifth example for easy reference. And the sixth and the most common sub pattern I observed with where condition is where you compare one column value with another column value or a derived value. So next time when you have to apply a where filter and you are aware of these sub patterns, you can make an informed decision while writing a SQL query. Let's move to the next pattern, which is order by. Order by is used to sort the output result as per the columns mentioned in the order by clause. You can have one or more column names in the order by clause. You can sort the values in ascending order, that is smallest to largest, or descending order, which is largest to smallest. The keyword used to refer ascending is ASC and for descending order is DESC. The default value is ascending, so you don't have to explicitly write it if you don't want to. You can also use positional assignment in the order by clause as mentioned in the fourth example here. You can also have derived values in the order by clause. Since order by clause is one of the last construct in SQL execution order, it is possible to use derived values in it. The last example shows here that we have used a derived value in the order by clause. So let's go through these examples quickly. In the first example, we are simply ordering by transaction date column, and since we have not specified anything explicitly, the default value is ascending. So the result set will be ordered by transaction date in ascending order, that is smallest to largest. So whichever date comes first will be at the top, and whichever date is the maximum will be at the last. In the second example, we are doing order by total cost descending and pizza ascending. So here we are using two columns. The first column will be sorted on the basis of descending, and when both the values are same, then the second column will be used to determine the final sorted output. If this is clear to you, let's move to the third pattern, which is limit. Limit is used to restrict the number of rows in the final output. Limit 5 means the output will have only 5 rows in it. Limit is the last construct that is processed in the SQL execution order. So when every other clause is complete in the SQL query, then the limit clause is executed. Limit clause along with the order by can help you in answering many SQL questions where you have to retrieve top 3 or top 5 customers or sales, etc. So if you are solving any SQL question that requires to fetch only subset of data in some sorted order, you should think about combination of order by plus limit clause. In other databases, there are some other keywords supported which are same as limit, like top. If you want just random rows but want to limit it to some number, then sample can be used. Not all databases support sample keyword. Similarly, fetch first rows can also be used if you are working on Oracle. So if this is clear, let's move to the next pattern, which is joins.